Hello, and thank you so much for coming back. This is Joanna from Joanna the Medium, or I am Joanna the Medium. Thank you so much for your patience. The videos for September are coming a little bit late. I was just absolutely swamped in September. Thanks to you for the most part. The soul coaching sessions have proven to be a tremendous hit. There were 75% of all my work in September, and clients, you have found them to be extraordinarily helpful. So thank you for that. Thank you very much. This is obviously, these are general readings. It will not apply to all of you. That would be absolutely impossible. If one reading doesn't apply to you, look at your other signs as it may form a greater picture. I am also becoming very, very aware that the energies that I am working with are energies that are meant to give messages in a broader context. And what I mean by this is information is coming forward to help you look at life and at situation or situations from a different perspective. And the reason why that's being given to you at this time is because those of you who are ready for the next step of your soul's growth will instantly resonate with what's being said. Those are also messages that are not specific necessarily with regards to what's going on with your life and how you need to fix it. And for that reason, some of you will get very frustrated with me, and that's fine. If that's the case, you may not be ready for the information that I will be presenting moving forward. Sometimes it's just a matter of timing. Sometimes you're not ready to hear something, but you may be ready for a month from now or 2 months from now. And I absolutely respect that. I've been there myself. But it is very much as me saying, these messages are meant to help you how to fish rather than to give you fish every single time, because helping you learn how to fish is going to empower you to take better care of yourself in a more empowered way, versus if I was to be feeding you all the time and giving you information. That's actually very disempowering. And my greatest passion is to help people become empowered and find their own light in order to grow and live happy lives that start from feeling good within. So that is my greatest hope for all of you. And some of you are just looking for things to be fixed. And, if that's the case, you probably will not resonate with a lot of the messages that I say here. And that's totally okay. I am completely open to that, and I have respect for that. Okay. Is there anything else that I want to say? No, of course, if you would like a private message, you can also email me at joannahthemedium or info@joannahthemedium.com, but I have included links for you down below, so it's much easier so you don't have to look. I also want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, as always, for watching, sharing, subscribing, for if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be doing this. September is going to be an interesting month, to say the least. It is a month of changes and transformations for many of you, myself included. These aren't changes that are bad, or at least should not be looked at it that way, but there's definitely an energy of change that is very apparent in most of the readings that I've done for September. I think that's it. I don't want to spend too much of your time blabbing. So let's get on to the readings. And again, thank you so much for watching, sharing, and subscribing. And I look forward to hearing from you as far as your comments, because I love hearing those and reading those. And some of you have said I should stop going and I actually just noticed that I do that a lot. So I'm going to try and pay attention to that as much as I can. But it is something that's ingrained, so it's going to take me a bit of time to eradicate, but I obviously thank you for that comment. Without further ado, let's get started with the readings. See you soon. Hello and welcome back. This is going to be a reading for the sign of Virgo, sun sign, moon sign, and rising sign. I have 3 cards laid out. They're face down. I don't see them. Excuse me. And I will connect with Spirit and see what messages they want to pass on first. Keep in mind, this is a general reading, so it will not apply to all of you. That would be absolutely impossible. And if it doesn't, just look at your other signs. So let's see. Let's see what we've got. Allow yourself the freedom to think. Think about the endless possibilities that are surrounding you right now. Do not allow the mind to block you or keep you stuck in the prison of your own creation. You yourself have the key to create opportunities that are of the utmost importance to you. The factor that seems to be most critical in this is pure desire or need to feel free. Freedom is a choice, he says. And of course, for most of you, you will undoubtedly understand, and you won't fight this metaphor. For some of you, you will, and that's okay. What is meant by this, I'm going to ask him to unpack this for you, because this is a big message here. He says again, freedom is a choice. Every being has the opportunity to create the freedom they desire. But the very thing that makes them afraid of being free is thoughts and preoccupations with what once was. And he says the words fear. So this is a big message here. He says, remember that when you plant seeds in your mind, it'll grow or it will not grow, depending whether you water it or you don't. If you do not water it, it'll perish. If you water it, it'll grow like a flower or a tree that will eventually become magnificent, noticeable, and big in size. This is a metaphor. If you plant positive seeds in your mind and in your heart, and you continuously water them or pay attention to those positive seeds and give it energy or give it intention, then those seeds will grow to the most opportune things that you desire or desiring. If, on the other hand, you plant negativity and fear and lack of freedom into your mind, and you pay attention to that and you water it with your intentions, that is what you will gain as the result of the process of your thinking. So, this is evident that it's not a message about when am I going to find a loved one or when am I going to make money. This is a much broader perspective that's being offered to you. October seems to be a very significant month for this. So let me just see how he wants to unpack this and why this is being said to you at this particular time. He says time for change is approaching for many. Many will find themselves questioning the very existence they find themselves in. And then I hear the word choices. For some of you, this will be questioning careers, jobs. Some of you will be relationships. For some of you, you will be questioning whether you should move or contemplating a move of residence. For some of you yet, I see contemplation of moving into a different country altogether. And I actually hear Europe and I see France because I see the Eiffel Tower. And then I hear Rome. So for some of you, there is contemplation regarding, this is all major decisions here. Contemplation regarding moving states, I also heard. So for some of you, you will be looking at moving to a different state. Some of you, careers, jobs. Some of you, it is to do with relationships. And just like the other sign before you, he says to me, these are significant changes in your life, and they mark a very important stage or part in your journey. And then I hear the word growth as a result of this. So you are in a process, or you're in a part of your journey where you will be experiencing a tremendous inner growth. This growth often happens, unfortunately, with major choices and decisions in one's life. I hear the words, do not be afraid of the change. The change is positive, but I do feel you are, whoever you are contemplating, okay? He wants me to talk about the significance of jobs here, okay? For some, so, okay, what he wants to address here is one's clinginess to a job. Not career, because he put an X around it, but a job, something that gives you money. He says, if you look at this job purely from the perspective of giving you income without any connection to heart's desire, you're going to find it very difficult pertaining to the next move. What do you mean? He says there are choices that need to be made around work right now. So whoever you are, and this is the second sign actually, about jobs and career. There's some changes with regards to career and jobs here, okay? He's saying to me, it's very important for you to look within your heart and look at your desires. And again, he's pointing to your head. So if you look at clinging, he says the word clinging onto a job purely because you fear you won't have money, you are severely limiting yourself and the capabilities and abilities you were born with. And he says you were born with so much more than you are giving of yourself at this particular time. And he says the word minimized. So in essence, what he's saying is, by clinging into a job that does not give you fulfillment, but only purely fulfills the financial component, which there's nothing wrong with that. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. And I know some of you will fight me on this, and that's fine. All he's saying is that right now, you are, whoever you are, you're contemplating. So for those of you who are contemplating changing jobs, this is who it's for. For those of you who are happy with where you are and this is what you do because you need to just pay the bills, that's not for you. This is for those who are thinking about changing jobs because you are ready. Okay, it's not just about jobs here. This is a much bigger thing for you than the job. The job just represents a part of you. What do you mean? He's even using the word job as a metaphor. Metaphor for? Okay, job being a metaphor for doing something you don't like and you cling to it because it gives you other things, like money, for example. But there's a fear connected to all of this. If you didn't have fears, or if you didn't have as many fears, you would not be clinging to a job that you don't like. So I'm going to start harping on this. But this is for those who are thinking of change, okay? Enough said, he said. Think of what you want, not what you don't want. This is I got to tell you, this month, the month of September is a big month. It is a month of tremendous change, I feel. And for some of us, for some of you, it is life-changing. Not in a negative way, because it is changing within. There's opportunity for change within. And positive will come out of it. But it feels rather uncomfortable, okay? And I feel that too, and I feel it in this particular reading for you guys. Again, he says, don't be afraid of change. I just heard the words, your mother, your deceased mother, is watching over you or after you. Okay? For some of you, I hear your grandmother coddled you when you were young, and this is what I see. I keep seeing the letter O, and I think I saw it somewhere else before. And this is pertaining to a mother figure or a grandmother. So if you have a grandmother or a mother who has a letter O in her name, first or last, and I think this has come before. It's interesting. Somebody wants to come through. Okay, for some of you, this is you wearing something of hers, or she had something you gave her, or there is something significant about something that you wear on your neck. And I also hear the word bracelet. So there's a piece of jewelry that's associated to either a mother or a grandmother that's passed. And I'm being told mother, grandmother is looking out for you. And I'm asking if there's anything else, and he says, no, there's just move on. Okay, so let's go through the cards. So there's changes, career changes, no question about it. But I feel these are good changes, and you're in a contemplative state. The first card is your background. And we have the card called emotional loss. This is a change. This is, I'm obviously in a change metaphor. Change mood or change whatever. This is 5 is a card for change. 5 is a number of changes. Sorry, I can't talk. This is Suit of Cups. Okay, it's emotional card. It is to do with our emotions, and it's shown to me in reverse. So what I'm going to see is how this is. What is the significance of this card in this particular reading? Because it was shown to me in reverse, which is actually a good thing. That's very strange. When I connect with this card and the energy, I hear the words intimidation, and that is not something that I would connect with this card at all. So let me just see if I can get a little bit deeper into this. Feeling intimidated by either a family member or a significant authority figure who could have been a family member or authority figure or both. And I also hear when you were 6, so I don't know what this is pertaining. I want to see how this is connecting to the message that was said. What he's connecting this to is the intimidation factor, or the fear of being intimidated, or the fear around being intimidated. Somehow those fears have stopped or prevented you from being fully you. And remember I said at the very beginning that this is a very significant period of your life where you are examining and contemplating things, and they're big things in your life. Part of that is because you are ending a certain way of being, a certain way of thinking, a certain way of relating to other people. Also, I could also term it as you're ending a certain chapter in your life. So, if you are contemplating jobs or careers that you've been clinging to, and those careers were chosen partly or in a big way because of your lack of confidence, you can see why you would be tested now, and you could see why you looking at changes or going through changes could be the step up for you as a human being and then going forward. So this does make sense to me the way it's being said, but I don't want to spend too much time on it because it's in the past. In your present situation or in your problem, we have the card called Love Begins. So this is Ace of Cups. 1 is a beginning. I was shown 9, now it's a 1. 9 is endings, 1 is a beginning. Now, this could signify love begins of a romantic nature, for sure, because for some of you are contemplating changes in your relationships or moving on from relationships. So this could signify relationships, but it also can signify an emotional way of being or feeling towards something new happening in your life. This may also very much feel like you are embarking on a new journey, and even though you are leaving some things behind, there is a level of trepidation or a sense of trepidation. There's also a sense of renewedness, something being renewed within you, and that's the force that's pulling you forward or pushing you forward to make the next steps in your life. So this is actually a really good card to have. Very, very good. Again, I hear the word your mother is proud of you. So for some of you, you have lost a mother who is in spirit or a mother figure. And I'm being told that she says she's very proud of you. And again, it's the letter O. So maybe your name has letter O in it, first or last, or maybe her name had a letter O in it, first name or last name, anywhere in the name. The next card we have is your future or advice. Oh God, this is amazing. So you've got 3 Cups cards. That doesn't happen all too often. So it's all about emotions. And this is called rejoice and celebration. Rejoice in celebration. So this is when I connect with this card. First of all, it's a happy card. It is a card of celebration. It is, so this is what's coming up. This is your future. Okay. I hear the word renewed sense of being. Worries being over. No more senseless. What do you mean? If you've been going to work every day and it's like, oh God, I got to get up and do this again every single day. No more of that. No more of that feeling. That's why he says renewed, and he also says renewed sense of freedom. Let me just see what else I can pick up for this card for you. For those of you who are changing a relationship or are leaving or just left a relationship, this is signifying meeting someone new, someone who is more complementary to who you have become, not the person that you were. So you have gone through a process of transformation. You are going through a process of transformation, and therefore who you will be becoming, you will attract someone who is vastly different than the one you've had before, because this person will be more aligned with the new level of energy that you project. So that's as far as relationship. So this is fantastic. For those of you who are changing jobs, I hear the next career step is the right step. And I hear that's the right thing to do. What do you mean? I hear the word medical. For some of you, you are going to embark in a career or a job that is somehow connected to medical, or you are in the medical field and you're just moving on to another aspect of that career, but there's something medical connected to it. And I hear medical utensils. I don't even know if that exists. Utensils are typically forks and knives. So I don't know what that means, but I'm not versed in medical terminology as far as everything connected to medical field. So I could be completely off on that one. So please educate me if you will. So that's as far as jobs. Now there's very significant part to those who are thinking of moving by airplane to go somewhere else, to live somewhere else. And I actually heard the word Australia, interestingly enough. I hear the words, this is when you are meant, where you are meant to be. So for some, and I hear Rome's again. So for some of you, you are looking at moving or at least taking a trip by plane. This is no train, this is no cars. This is by plane predominantly because I see a plane in front of my face. So this will be trip by air, just to specify that that's what planes do. this is the right step for you to move. And I feel like you're going to meet the right people or the right partner or the right job or all of the above there. Okay? And I also feel like you will, whoever you are, whoever this is for with the plane component, I feel like a new person when I'm there. It is just, I don't know if it's the scenery, something just clicks. It feels really good. And I have a huge smile on my face. I'm just like, it's like I'm looking at the sun and I feel like I've arrived. So, looks like September is a tremendous month for a lot of changes and transitions. But like I said, like you see, these are positive things that may not seem overly comfortable right now, but you will find the comfort in knowing that it all will turn out okay in the end. I also hear the words, do not hesitate to speak up or speak up for what you need. And I feel that whoever this is for, you have been kind of quieted down before, or you have been taught to not speak up. And that's why it's saying do not be afraid to speak up. Really, really, really important, especially for those of you who are looking at a change in career or change in jobs. The next job you go to, please learn how to speak up. That's going to give you a lot of confidence. It's going to allow people to look at you with more confident eyes, which will then allow for situations to come to you that will be congruent with growth. So if people see you as a confident person, then opportunities will arise to get that confidence a boost and possibly movement up in job. And I heard the word management. So I'm going to leave it at that. I hope this makes sense. If you would like a private reading, of course, please, you can connect with me at joannamedium.com. The links are down below for you, so you don't have to, type it. It's just there. If this does not make sense to you, because it won't to all people, that's impossible. You can look at your other signs, or simply may not be for you. Also, please keep in mind that just because I talked about job or health or relationships, if there's other areas that are not mentioned here, which those are the most typically the ones that people want to talk about, look at the message that was said at the beginning and take the message in a bigger context and see if you can apply it to your particular situation in your life. Because the message at the beginning had a much broader significance than just, do this or do that, or this will happen or that will happen, which is really my passion, is really to empower people to look at things from a bigger perspective, to allow them to have the strength and ability to see things in a way they haven't seen before, which is actually quite empowering. Until the month of October, I wish you best of luck. Again, let me know if this was helpful and how this applies to you. You can comment, and thank you for sharing, for watching, and for recommending this to other people. And I look forward to seeing you again in October. Take care.